welcome to the in-depth series section of Drishti IAS. I am Aisha Singh, and in today's episode we will be discussing about the topic of wildfires which are taking place in Canada and what are wildfires, and we will also be discussing it from the India's perspective. So let us first look at the timeline of the video. First we'll be looking at the news, then what are wildfires, causes of wildfire, why does it happen, how vulnerable is India to the wildfires. So we will be taking the Indian aspect also, government initiatives to tackle wildfires in India, wildfires mitigation strategies which anyone can use to get rid of them or to prepare them for the worst. In the end, prelims MCQ and a mains practice question. This topic is of relevance from General Studies paper 3, that is environmental pollution and overall environment also. From exam perspective, from prelims, what are wildfires, and government initiatives from exam perspective, its causes, mitigation strategies, and also government initiatives. So let's look at the news. It says climate change turned Canada into tinderbox, doubled chances of extreme wildfires. Extreme wildfires, it means they are discussing an extreme event, and this extreme event is not natural. Wildfires can be caused by both natural, it can be a natural disaster also, and it can be a man-made disaster also. And nowadays what we are seeing is that much of the man-made disaster is what extreme wildfires consist of. So let's see what is happening. So recently a initiative research has taken place, that is according to the World Weather Attribution Initiative. World Weather Attribution Initiative, what are they saying is, behind the extreme fires in Canada's Quebec province between May and July this year were stoked by human-caused climate change. So what is happening is, nowadays around the world, especially in the year 2023, in the months of May, June and July, we have seen that around the world at many places, be it Canada, be it US, Australia, around the world we have seen many instances of wildfires or extreme fires taking place. And one of the reasons that has been given is the human caused climate change. So first of all, let's look at the Quebec province of Canada. So this is the map of Canada, and if we look at the Quebec province, then it is in the South Canada. So this is the Quebec province, and this is mostly the dry part, and this is the place where the extreme wildfire has taken place in Canada. And nearly 14 million hectares has already burned in the 2023 Canadian wildfire season. 14 million hectares of land, and at least 17 people have died, and more than 1,50,000 people have been evacuated from their places, and at least 200 structures including homes were damaged because the wildfire is not stopping, it is increasing and getting transferred from one area to another area. So let us look at first of all what is wildfire. So in very basic terms, if we talk about what is wildfire, many a times we see pictures like what I showed you in the starting. Okay, look at this picture. What we see is a huge stretch of land which is filled with vegetation, trees, and we see that at some of the places the fire has started. And in the beginning the fire looks very small, but it becomes very large, and it keeps on going for days and days, and slowly and steadily and gradually it burns the whole vegetation of that area. So these kind of events are what are called wildfires. Now see, what are wildfires? Wildfires are also known as forest fires or bush fires. So these are the other names of wildfires, and they are uncontrolled fires. Uncontrolled fires means even after the efforts made by the government of that state or that country, but the fire is not able to stop and it is going on, and that is why it is called an uncontrolled fire, because it is out of anyone's control. That rapidly spread means it is transferring from one place to another place across vegetation, and vegetation can include forests, grasslands, shrublands and other natural landscape. It means a fire which is uncontrollable and is fastly spreading from one area to another area, and it is caused by both natural factors and human activities. We will be discussing in detail what are natural factors and human activities. But in very simple and layman terms, this is what is called wildfires. So this is what is important for you people to understand the most basic things about the concept. Because knowing about the most basic thing, that is how you are going to develop your answer. Starting with the most basic thing and then talking about the advanced things. So now let's talk about the causes of wildfires. What are the reasons that wildfire takes place? And we have discussed that both natural and human made, it can be both natural and human made disasters. So first let's talk about the natural causes. What natural causes are responsible for causing the extreme fire or wildfire? So first of all, it is lightning. Lightning is no one's control, that is natural, and lightning, many a times we have seen, has led to the start of a fire somewhere, and that fire then keeps on going or spreads from one place to another place. Then volcanic eruption, this is also one of the major reasons in places like Hawaii or the southern Canada, and even in the Australia, you can say that the Western Australia, these are the kind of reasons that volcanic eruption, they takes place, and the lava which erupts from the volcano, because it is so hot in nature, it gets spread from one place to another place, and because of its hotness, it starts to cause fire. Hot lava flows into nearby fields or lands to start wildfires. And then temperature. Whenever there is very high temperature, and there are places where very high temperature can be seen, in the continent Africa, we have seen that very high temperature has many a times been observed. And because of very high temperature, what happens is dry conditions tends to prevail. So when dry condition is there, what happens is that our area which is full of vegetation, many a times no external factor is required to cause the fire. The trees themselves can cause fire after rubbing from one tree to another tree. High atmospheric temperatures and dryness offer favorable conditions for the fire to start, and after rubbing from each other, they tend to create that spark, and even a small spark of fire is enough to make it large. So few of the natural causes. Now let's talk about the human causes. Human causes can be many, that is leaving campfire unattended. This is happening, that people are going to the natural places, and then they do the campfires, but in the end when they come back, they do not look after it, and many a times we have seen that it becomes big in nature. Neglect, discarding of cigarette butts. A place which is so full of vegetation and the conditions are dry, then even the smallest of spark can lead to a big fire. Then accidents, deliberate acts of arson, burning of debris. This has been one of the reasons for the wildfires to start. Human causes. Fireworks. And nowadays, the problem or the cause which is playing a major part in happening of the wildfires is global warming and the climate change. These two factors or these two causes are the causes which are actually overpowering the natural causes, and in the human causes also, these are the two causes which are overpowering every other aspect, and these are the two reasons which are becoming the cause of almost every natural event or every extreme weather event which is taking place nowadays. Because global warming and climate change is, first of all, it is human induced. The humans are responsible for it. So these are few of the causes of wildfires. Now let's see that how vulnerable is India to the wildfires. Now let's talk about the India's aspect, because that is important from the exam perspective, and this is what can be asked. Then forest fire season usually extends from November to June, and especially in the period of May and June, because they are extremely hot season in India. And according to the Council of Energy, Environment and Water, that is CEEW report, so the Council of Energy, Environment and Water, they have given a report, and it says that a tenfold increase in the incidences of the forest fires over the past 2 decades have been reported. It means that the trend of forest fires is increasing at a very rapid pace, and more than 62% of Indian states are prone to high intensity forest fires. More than 62% of Indian states. And what can be those Indian states which are so prone to forest fires or wildfires? This we can, if you people have studied geography properly, then you will be able to say this. I will be showing you the map regarding to this. And in India, if we talk about the state which is very prone to forest fires, then it is Mizoram. Then the northeastern state Mizoram has seen the highest incidence, and 95% of its districts are forest fire hotspot. So in India, if there is one state which is very prone to forest fires, then it is Mizoram, and 95% of its districts are comes under forest fire hotspots. Now let's look at this map. There is this map. I'll just tell you how to read this map. First of all, according to the Indian State of Forest Report 2021, so this is according to the ISFR 2021, it estimates that more than 36% of the country's forest cover is prone to frequent forest fires. So this can be an important data for you to write in your answer writing, and this can be official data and credible data also. And 6% is very highly fire prone, and almost 4% is extremely prone. So extremely prone is 4%, highly prone is 6%. So let's see. First of all, about the areas which are extremely prone. So in this map, you are able to see the most dark color, that is the dark brownish color, are the areas which are very prone, extremely prone to the forest fires are the states of Maharashtra, then there is Madhya Pradesh, then there is Andhra Pradesh and Telangana, then there is Chhattisgarh, then there is Orissa and the northeastern states, and there is Uttarakhand also. Then compared to the extremely prone areas for hotspots, if we talk about other states also which are highly prone, then those can be Karnataka. Karnataka is there, and then Arunachal Pradesh is there. Then Jharkhand is there, and if we talk about Gujarat and Kerala, then these states are less likely to have forest fires. So especially the states of Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh, Uttarakhand, northeastern states, Chhattisgarh, Odisha, Telangana and Andhra Pradesh, these are the states which are highly prone or extremely prone to the forest fires. And one of the major reasons is also their geographical location. Now it is up to you to find out their geographical location, that under what region they are lying, that they are so prone to the forest fires. Then government initiatives to tackle wildfires. So what has government done, or what are the initiatives the government has taken? So the foremost initiative, that is the National Action Plan for Forest Fires, and it was launched in the year 2018. This is the foremost plan to tackle with the forest fire, and the goal was to reduce forest fire by informing, enabling and empowering forest fringe communities. So whatever are the communities who are looking after the forest fire or who can deal with the forest fire, these communities are need to be informed about it, and they need to be made available and empowered so that they can deal with the forest fire. And it is not that this plan is very old, it was started in 2018. And the second is Forest Fire Prevention and Management Scheme, that is FFPM. Prevention means we need to stop it, and then management, how can we stop the cases of the forest fires to happen, and then if that happen, how can we manage them. Then it is implemented by the Forest Survey of India under the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. So ministry you people need to remember, because many a times ministry has been asked, and this is one of the favorite questions of UPSC, that they mention the ministry in some way or the other. Then what is its aim? Its aim is to strengthen the forest fire management system by utilizing advanced technologies such as remote sensing. So the forest fire management, people who are looking after the forest fires, they need to be made empowered, and they need to be highly skilled in dealing with the problems. Then wildfires mitigation strategies. what strategies can be taken to reduce the instances of the forest fires? So first of all, create fire breaks. This can be a very important and a favorable point to stop the instances of the forest fire, because many a times the vegetation area is so large that it is not possible and it is not easy for the forest officials also to reach at that point of time. Then this strategy of fire breaks can be very helpful. Fire breaks are areas where vegetation has been removed, creating a gap that can slow or stop the spread of a fire. So what happens? Imagine there is this area where forest is there, vegetation is there, then a gap can be created, then one more area, then a gap can be created, then one more area. So what will happen? Imagine a situation in which the fire has taken place in this first area and it is spreading from first area to another area. But if in between, if a gap is there, then fire also needs a medium to travel from one place to another place. So if in between a gap would be there, then the medium for fire to travel from one place to another place won't be there. So what can happen if it is, you can imagine the situation that fire is not stopping. Might be possible that fire is not stopping, but the pace at which it is moving will be reduced. The intensity of the fire will be reduced, and that is how the fire can be controlled. So creating a fire break can be one of the most desirable options in the huge areas of or stretches of land. Then early detection and rapid response. Early detection of a forest fire is critical for effective mitigation. If early detection can be done, then the fire can be controlled. But if the fire becomes extremely large, then it becomes very difficult for the forest officials and the fire brigades also to control that fire, because it covers such a huge area and it spreads at a very rapid pace that human capacity does not match the pace at which it spreads from one place to another place. Then fire-wise practices. Safe practices must be adopted in areas near forest. For example, factories, coal mines, oil stores, chemical plants, and even in the household's kitchen. Because many a times we have seen that the areas near the huge stretches of forest, those are the areas where factories, coal mines, oil stores, these kind of practices takes place. And these practices needs to be done with utmost caution so that the forest is not at the risk or is not at danger. Then practice controlled burning. Controlled burning involves setting small fires in a controlled environment. Controlled burning. So even if the practice of burning is taking place, that burning needs to be in control. It is not that the burning takes place at a very large area of land. That should be in a small area of land, and there should be fire officials present, and the fire should be in a way that it is controllable. It is under the control of the people. Now in the end, a prelims MCQ, and you people need to tell me the answer in the comment section. And the question says, consider the following statements. First, Indian State of Forest Report 2021 estimates that more than 36% of the country's forest cover is prone to frequent forest fires. We have done this question. You should be able to do this one. Then second is 95% of Mizoram's districts are forest fire hotspot. We have also discussed this point. So both the points I have discussed in the video, you should be able to. This one becomes an easy question for you people to do. You need to tell me which one is the correct. One only, two only, both one and two, neither one nor two. Easy one to answer. Now in the end, a means practice question, 150 words, and a very basic question. And I'm giving you easy ones so that you can at least start your answer writing practice. And the question says, what is wildfires and how vulnerable is India to wildfires? So first of all, what you have to do is, you have to write about what do you understand by wildfires. Very basic things. Then you have to talk about that how vulnerable India is. How vulnerable India is. So you have to write from India's perspective. First of all, write about overall perspective in some 2 to 3 lines. Then write about India's perspective, that how vulnerable India is. We have discussed this in the video also, to wildfires. And then in the end, write conclusion and quote few of the credible information also. So try to do your answer writing practice, and that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. Till we meet next time, keep reading and keep writing.